right, welcome back. We were just finishing it here. We added up the two, and we're just going to transfer our answer over here. Okay, sweet. Last one on this side, it says the area of the segment. So that's our sliver, right? So the area of this yellow part is 35. And then it says the area of the sector. Well, that's our blue part, the whole blue part. So I know yellow and blue. So if I know yellow and blue to get pink, it looks like we've done this before. Blue minus yellow should tell me pink. I'm trying to solve for the triangle. Yep, find the area of the triangle. So blue minus yellow is pink, which means the sector minus the segment, also known as our sliver, should be our triangle. So if our sector area is 107 and our segment area is 35, it should make sense that we would have a triangle of the area 72. Again, all these, you can double check your answer that makes sense. If the triangle is 72 and the sliver is 35, if you add those together, they should add up to 107, which is the whole blue part. Hopefully this is making sense, the logic behind this. Okay, now this is gonna get a little tricky. I'd love for it to be as straightforward as this, but it's not. Exactly the same thing is happening. In fact, I think what's happening is all of these questions we're solving for just the area of the segment, which is our sliver. So that's, let's see, which instance where we solved for the yellow? I think this one right here. So if I am solving for this sliver, also known as the area of the segment, then in order to solve for it, I need to know the whole sector, the blue part, and then subtract the triangle to find the part that's left. So, but to do that, you need these two numbers. So notice over here, I don't have either number, which why these are a lot harder. So if I knew the sector, which I don't, and I know the triangle, which I don't, but if I did, I could find the area of the segment, or also known as the sliver, because the sector minus the triangle should equal the area of the segment. Okay, and that's what we're getting from question number one. So that's kind of the, if you want to call it a formula, it's not very formal, but it's a way that we were working this out in our mind. Okay, so the area of a sector we worked all last class. We know that if I know the radius and the angle, I can find the area of the sector. So here it says it's 68 degrees, okay, 68 degrees. And it says QP is 18. Okay. So the area of the central angle is 68 degrees. The radius, QP, is 18. Then the area of the sector is the portion of the circle that I want to find the area. So I don't want to find the area of the whole circle, just that portion. So if the radius is 18, the area of the whole circle would 18 times 18 times pi. Okay, so the area of this whole circle is 324 pi. But to find the area of that sector, and again, this is this concept of the blue part. To find the area of this sector, I would need to find the portion of the whole area of that circle. Okay, I get 192.265. that's where I'm at. Now I got to say to myself, what do I do next? Well, if I knew the triangle, I could take the area of the triangle and just subtract it off the sector. So the sector. So let's dive into this triangle. I've been using this pink color. So the area of this triangle right here, if I redrew him facing the base, a lot of people like the base. The base is QR. And I don't know the base just yet, but I do know that the sides of this triangle, if I flipped him over on his base, if you think of that as his base, and then here's his altitude, PL. Looks like his altitude is PL. So it says PL is 15. And the base, QR, is 20. So the area of a triangle, a lot of times I just show it like this, is base times altitude divided by 2. So if the base is 20 and the altitude's 15, we divide by 2. Get the area of my triangle is 150. So that number actually makes sense that this yellow area, pink area, would be 150 and the whole thing is 192. Because we know that this little sliver doesn't make up a big portion of the blue part. It's just a little part of it. So the area of our triangle is 150. And now that we know both of these items, we can find the area of that segment. And all these were in inches, so I'll put inches squared. Now I'm going to double check my work. 68 divided by 360 times 18 times 18 times pi. Okay, looking good. Next question. It says a chord on a circle is 30. So this part right there is 30. It looks like that's going to form the base of our triangle. So I'm just going to redraw the triangle, flipping him on his base. And I know these two sides are the radius, so let's keep reading. The chord is the length of 30 and its distance of 8 feet from the center, which subtends an angle 124 with a radius of 17. So that's kind of a fancy word. You might have to Google that. I think it's meaning that the length of this is that far away. They're telling us the height of that is at a distance of 8. And that sounds like our altitude. That's 8. And it says is a radius of 17. So that means that this distance would be 17. This is 17. Although that doesn't really help us. The 17s don't help us find the area of this triangle specifically because of the angle here. So the angle here at X is 124. And that's going to find the area of our sector. So let's find the area of our triangle first. The area of our triangle is base times altitude divided by 2. So if the base is 30 and the altitude's 8 and we divide it by 2, we get the area of the triangle is 120. Okay, so now let's find the area of our sector. We know that the whole area is based on the radius. So if the radius is 17, the area of the whole circle is 17 times 17 times pi. Okay, so the portion of this we want to talk about is 124 over 360, and the area is 289 pi. So the area of my sector is this pizza shape here. And that would be these numbers, 124. Okay, so I get 3, 12, 7, 2, 8. Okay, so this sounds pretty good. I'm going to find the area of the yellow part by figuring the blue minus the pink has to equal the yellow. The sector minus our triangle, if I cut off that triangle, it should equal the segment or the sliver. All right, the blue part, take away the pink part, leaves us the yellow part. So the blue part we said was 312. The triangle was 120. When we subtract the 2, feet squared. All right, that's what I get. Cool, right? All right, check out the next video for the last 3 questions.